Good morning. Welcome to this morning's meditation. So let's start off by gently closing your eyes, getting in a nice, comfortable position with your back straight. And take a nice, deep inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And this time, exhaling through the mouth, exhale with a sound or a sigh or a ah. And now breathing exclusively through the nose, become aware of the breath. Making sure to inhale completely and fully. And exhale completely. Keeping the breath slow, smooth, soft, silent, and sacred. And with each exhale, allow the body to relax even more. Just letting it all go. Also allowing the breath to remind us that there is only this moment. For we cannot take a breath for 3 minutes from now, nor can we take our breath for a minute ago. We can only breathe in this moment. For now, life is fully lived. Now, all needs are met in this moment of them. So in this now moment, we let go of all the thoughts of the past activities of the morning, letting go of everything that came before this moment. And for right now, suspending any thoughts of the upcoming day, letting go of the future. Just becoming aware of this present moment called now. In this now moment, we bask in the greatness, in the power, in the thunder of the silence, as Joel Goldsmith would call it. Allowing the breath to guide us into the throne room of the heart, to the Holy of Holies, that inner sanctum. How good it is to take the opportunity to be still. How good it is just to let go into the now. How so sweet it is to breathe. And within this inner sanctum, within the throne room of the heart, we bask in the grace, we bask in the joy, we bask in the peace. Peace, be still. gift of imagination. Bring to mind something that you have done that you get to celebrate. Something that you have accomplished that has you feeling a sense of pride. Not that false pride, but proud of yourself for completing that task. And then feel grateful for the opportunity to engage in that. And we breathe. Vibration, allowing yourself to feel the magic of this moment. For truly, this moment is miraculous, as evidenced by this breath. Recognize that magic is all around you and within you. What a beautiful life we live. We are not in awe, we are not paying attention. As we allow the breath to take us even deeper, imagine yourself being immersed in the vibration of unconditional love. No matter what direction you look in, all you see, all you feel, sense, and know is that you are loved. Still feel love. Open up to it. Surrender to it. Be guided by it. Be it. Love. as we bring our awareness back to this room, back to the room we're in, we recognize that out of the stillness, the activity of spirit is manifested. Out of the silence, the word of the divine is spoken. So it is in this divine moment that I give great thanks as I recognize first and foremost that there is a divine intelligence from which all things are created. And in its original form and by its very nature, it permeates and it penetrates and it fills the interspaces of the universe. This infinite intelligence that is known by so many different names is not only at the very center of all of life is at its center. Having no circumference, there isn't anything that does, can, or will exist outside of the infinite intelligence, the infinite presence that I call God. So I just give great thanks for this holy communion, this sacred tryst that we have held together in the one. So as we continue to enjoy this beautiful, magical day, celebrating the truth of our lives, we know that we are guided, we are directed, we are supported to experience only the highest and the best. And for this we give great thanks. In gratitude and thanksgiving, I release this time knowing that this time is good. So it is. Amen. Take a breath. So this completes this morning's meditation. Peace and abundant blessings.
We are a community. family. We believe in community. We all share the bond of a common ancestry. We are children of Africa. We are children of God. Oh, we are a community. Harambe, Harambe, Harambe. We are a community. Harambe.
Good morning. Good morning and good morning. Woo. From the pre-service meditation to the pre-service music. Wow. Woo. Okay. All right. Wow. That was powerful. Okay. All right. So, welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Greater Baltimore's final virtual service for 2020. Woo! Wow, we made it. What a year. What an experience. I am your host, Tracy Rhymes. Our senior minister, Reverend Dr. Raymont Anderson, is our speaker for today. Our musician is Sanahara Ama Chandra. Woo! Serving as today's practitioner who already got us started leading that, who led the pre-service meditation, is Eugene D. Holden. And assisting with making this service open, inviting, and accessible to the deaf community. Our I'm a little excited, y'all.
Come on, Tracy, get it right,
Come on. Our sign language interpreters, Ashley Goldman and Faith Moore. Working behind the scenes, holding things down, flying solo today. What is Jim Lefter? Yes. And on behalf of Reverend Dr. Ray, thank you all for serving today. Y'all, this gonna be a service today. We closing out this year. Come on. All right, y'all, there's no telling what may happen today. Just let you know, prepare yourselves, because we going there. Now, before Eugene comes and grounds us in prayer, let me share this about him. Eugene, my buddy. All right, Eugene Holden has been a student of science of mind and spirit for over 33 years and has been a licensed religious science practitioner for 15 years. Eugene worked at Home Office for Centers for Spiritual Living, both as program manager, then department manager of World Ministries of Prayer for 10 years. Ooh. Eugene has been a contributor to the Science of Mind magazine for 12 years, currently writing the monthly affirmations and the daily guides 1 month per year, touching lives around the world. Gone, Eugene. From 1995 through 2001, Eugene served as imam in the Muslim tradition at a mosque in Southern California. Eugene served as spiritual director for various alcohol and drug treatment centers in Southern California. Currently, Eugene is the spiritual director for Business Honoring Spirituality, located in Lakewood, Colorado. All right, Eugene, set us up.
How good it is, how good it is, how good it is. So we take this collective breath together, recognizing that the breath that I breathe, the breath that you breathe, is the breath of spirit. And so it's with this breath that impels this word, compels this word, propels this word. From a place of gratitude, I speak this word, recognizing first and foremost that there is only what I call God, that love intelligence that governs the universe through divine law and unconditional love. And I recognize that it is everywhere present, for there is no space where God is not, for it fills the interspaces of the universe. And so recognizing and acknowledging that God is all that there is at all times, I know that at all times, God is present right where I am, revealing itself, representing itself into and as the I am that I am. And it's from this place of gratitude in recognizing that this is the truth of my life, celebrating this truth. I also know this to be the truth of each individualized expression of the one who is tuning in right here and right now. Even those who are not tuning in right here and right now, right where we all are, spirit is having its way, living, moving, and having its being, having a wonderful, good God time, as we say, let the good God times roll. Because we are here together to know and to uplift and to just to be the celebration of life itself. Because the truth is that there is only one power, there is only one presence, and there is only one life, and it is experiencing itself into and as each and every one of us. And so it is from this place of oneness that I speak this word, recognizing that as we continue to come together, we have come together by divine appointment for the soul's purpose of uplifting itself through us to experience as us the highest and the best that it has to offer as us in this thing, this beautiful thing that we call life. So I bless all of the hands that have had anything to do with bringing this beautiful virtual service to our living rooms. I bless everybody who has had anything to do with making this a magnificent way of being. Oh, but I also speak the special word from my brother, the Reverend Dr. Raymont Anderson, knowing that as he continues to step into and then stand in the divinity of his being, he surrenders fully to allow spirit full sway, to allow the words of spirit to be spoken through the Dr. Raymont, as the Dr. Raymont can only speak them and touch his hearts in ways that we are just so grateful for. For we collectively get to touch the world in ways that we may not even know about. But what I do know that it is good. And so it is knowing that, it's from this knowing that this is already done. It's from this place of gratitude that I now release my word into that beautiful, dynamic, and always potent activity of love and law. You see, I know that as this word is released into the law lovingly, it has no other choice but to take these words, blend, mend, mold, and then shape these words, and then return these words unto us, not void or empty, but absolutely, completely, and abundantly fulfilled, pressed down, shaken together, and overflowingly fulfilled. And so fulfilled, we declare and allow and accept that it is done. And so it is. Amen. Amen.
And
amen. So thank you all for joining the service today. Okay. Oh. Oh, Lord. We can end like right now. But I need to hear Alma sing some more. So, it's going to be a good one today, y'all. I'm going to go sit back down.
Ashe, amen. Whoa, okay. We gonna get through this service. We are going to get through this service, y'all.
Having church today.
Woo! Yes, we are. All right. Okay. So, all right. Next, let's move on. All right. Y'all started this. All right. So, the Center for Spiritual Living, Greater Baltimore's community honors the world's religions. One tree, many branches. One mountain, many paths. One world, many religions and spiritual traditions. With the lighting of these candles on the first Sunday of each month, we not only honor each person on their select path, but we also bless them and recognize the light, the love, and the life-affirming nature of spirit as it shows itself in each path, in each practice, and in each person. All right. There's a few announcements I have, and know that this is just a few. Lots of things going on. So, we currently have 2 weekly ongoing ways to study, learn, and discuss. Wednesday nights, you can hang out with the Science of Mind textbook exploration group, which is facilitated by Reverend Dr. Ray. You can also hang out on Thursday nights with the study group facilitated by Dr. Ronnie Ellington. Woo! There is so much going on. I'll tell you about that later anyway. Moving on. Friendly reminder that 2021 spiritual journals are in. There is still time. You can get a copy today. They still have some available. Go to shop.csl.org so you can sign up and get your copy. Membership. You know membership is important. If you are interested in becoming a member or renewing your membership, the discovery class is available online. Contact us at info@cslgreaterbaltimore.org for more information. Make sure you sign up for the CSLGB newsletter. Go to cslgreaterbaltimore.org for more information. This is where you can learn about other things that are happening in our community. So make sure you do that. Come on. Now, subscribe to CSL Greater Baltimore's YouTube page and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Visit the CSL Greater Baltimore website and the CSL Greater Baltimore Facebook page for more information and news. All right, now, let's do this. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, on the count of 3, we shout.
Prayer works!
That's right. What do we shout, Reverend Ray?
Prayer works!
Woo! All right. So on the count of 3, 1.
Prayer works! Oh, sorry.
Yeah, a little excited, Hold on. I said 3, Rev. 3. 1, 2, 3.
Prayer works!
Woo!
Works when you're working.
It works when you're working. When you're working, it works. Works when you're working. Okay, I'm sorry. All right. Come back. All right. So, we community continue to treat and move our feet, knowing the truth for everyone around the planet. Our practitioner on duty is available after today's service for one-on-one prayer. And note this, prayer requests can be sent at any time, because the practitioners are always waiting on you. Can be sent at any time to info@cslgreaterbaltimore.org. All right. Woo. All right. Okay, so let me talk about our musician today. Woo. Sound healer, Sanahara Ama Chandra, has a lifelong relationship with sound. From her roots in Southern gospel and 90s R&B to her journeys through world music, jazz, and songwriting, her heart and soul have shared the healing power of being moved by songs. She has released 5 projects and is a servant leader in various settings, including She Be Warrior, the Raymont, Sanahara Energetics. On her path of seeking, she has acquired many skills and experiences and brings to sound healing a very depthful expression of emotions, musical melody, and inspired improvisation. Trained in sound immersion by Patricia Amora Norton, Ama is a level 2 practitioner, level 2 Usuri Reiki practitioner, Ife Tayo White, and Lakota Fire Keeper. Ama's energetics offerings are individual and group sound sessions along with personalized meditations and readings. Currently, she is offering daily sound healing meditations on her Facebook page and YouTube channel at youtube.com/USER/AMACHANDRA as a way to offer healing and guidance during this time. For more information, visit her website at amachandra.com. Come on, bring it.
Oh my goodness, what I was like, I wrote that, let me. Okay, so wonderful morning to you all, wonderful rising, wonderful day. This is a day. Now that's not what I'm about to do, but you get it, I feel good. And I am honored to be here with you all in this moment of co-creation as we move deeper into the Kwanzaa principle of Kuji Chagalia, which is self-determination. I believe that we can affirm to hold a collective vision, and that vision is based on one of love. That vision is based on one of acceptance, one of hope, one of great gratitude, one in which we are all able to give our hands, our hearts most of all, and our minds to the work at hand. And the work can and should be joyful. So I'm going to share this song that when I was a little child, I didn't even know what it meant. But when I heard it, it made my soul sing. And I would always sing it and never knew the words. I would just do the little melody. And eventually, recently, I looked up the words and was like, of course, that's why that song touched my heart. So I'll give you a hint. It comes from the movie Bustin' Loose. And I love you all. May we all rise. May we all rise in love together. like the stars in the heavens. God is everywhere. Yeah, 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 yeah. 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 Open your eyes to your feelings. Your heart will let you see. And let me say that I love you. God bless you and me. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Open your eyes to your feelings. Show me that you care, just like the stars in the heavens. Love is everywhere. Open your eyes to your feelings. Your heart will let you see. And let me say that I love you. Let love bless you and me. Let love bless you and me. Let love bless you and me. Let love bless you and me.
I have to move it off. Okay. Alma, look in my eyes. Don't be making Reverend Ray tear up and cry on Sunday morning now. Just saying.
I know the movie. I know what's playing at that time, and yeah, I got a different experience just now from that. Wow, thank you. Thank you, Amma. Wow, okay, yeah. So, y'all messing us up this morning. All right.
In a good way, though. In a good
Oh
way.
yeah, it's in a good, great way. All right,
Yes.
so
Yes.
now Eugene's gonna do what he does, as he does what he does, as he leads us in a spiritual practice. Come on, Eugene, mess us up some more.
So as the bio mentioned earlier, I have been a student of science of mind for over 33, 34 years, loving the writings and the teachings of Dr. Ernest Holmes. So I figured that in today's spiritual practice, I want to go to the textbook, go into the book of Holmes. Ooh. There is a place in the mentality, in the heights of its greatest realizations, where it throws itself with complete abandonment into the very center of the universe. There is a point in the supreme moment of realization where the individual merges with the universe, but not to the loss of his individuality, where a sense of oneness of all life so enters his being that there is no sense of otherness. It is here that the mentality performs seeming miracles because there is nothing to hinder the whole from coming through. We can do this only by providing the mental equivalents of life. Let me repeat that. We can do this only by providing the mental equivalents of life, by dwelling and meditating upon the immensity of life and the fact that as vast, as immense, as limitless as it is, the whole of it is brought to the point of our own consciousness. We comprehend the infinite only to the degree that it expresses itself through us, becoming to us that which we believe it to be. So we daily practice in our meditation the realization of life, infinite indwelling spirit within me, Almighty God within me, real substance within me, that which is truth within me. Yeshua Messiah said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. And no man cometh unto the Father but by me, meaning the I am that dwells within. Peace and blessings.
Thank you, Eugene. Within me. Within me. Within me. All right. So, it's time. I'm going to tell you again. Sit back. Sit up. Grab your notebook, notepad, pen, pencil. Find a napkin. Do what Reverend Ray does. Find an envelope. Whatever you can do to find the right. The next voice you will hear will be that of the senior minister for the Center for Spiritual Living, Greater Baltimore. We all know him by Reverend Dr. Raymont Anderson. And many others of us know him as Reverend Red. Yeah? And he has frequently been referred to as a Renaissance man. One look at his resume and the reason becomes clear. As a lifelong, and yes he is, learner with a passion for self-development, yes, personal transformation, transmutation, and self-awakening. He lives his bliss, yes, as a teacher, mentor, speaker, minister. The list goes on, and so much more. His mission is to live, move, and be an active. That is an acronym. He loves acronyms. Authentic, compassionate, transparent, inspired, vibrant, and empowered. Member of society who serves to educate, elucidate, emancipate, awaken, and empower people and communities. Reverend Ray. Come on and close out 2020 with a bang on this virtual service as you bring it. Bring it.
You weirdo.
Weirdo. Bring it.
I have my tissue because I don't know, making people cry.
Yes.
Sunday morning, making people's eyes get all teary or weepy.
Come on.
With happy tears.
Happy.
Okay, so, oh man, so many things are like, so many things. As usual, everything from pre-service meditation, pre-service music, in-service spiritual practice, the energy that everyone's bringing on the second song, like everything is a right and perfect demonstration of exactly what we're talking about, this idea of magic. Because the pre-service meditation was magical. The in-service spiritual practice, recognizing that the truth of the infinite I am that I am ever becoming and evolving into is magic. This love that is being shared from person to person in this idea of what it is to be beloved community is magic. Like, so it's a perfect right alignment. The invocation, grounding us in what it means to know who and what we are. Magic. Like simply recognizing how awesome and beautiful and powerful and audacious and unapologetic we are in our ability to self-determine and recognize who and what we are as the infinite universe incarnating itself in these human forms. And yet, as human, we are no less powerful than God. Like God is demonstrating itself in this breath, in these words, in these bodies, in this hair, in this smile, in this song, in all of the ways that we show up. If that's not magical and mystical, then nothing is. So today, I'm ready to go for a walk, man. Today, making magic. So we're starting off with making magic? Yeah, because we don't make it. We use it. It's already the truth of our being. We simply align to it. What a joyful intention for life. Life does not create randomly nor accidentally. We are each, through our understanding, our mental equivalent, and to the degree that we consciously cooperate with it, using the law of mind to create a magical, joyful, and enchanting life. We are each, through our understanding, through how we understand, we are creating this. Through our mental equivalent, we are creating this. And to the degree that we consciously cooperate with it, we are using and aligning with the law of mind in action to create a mystical, magical, magnificent experience that we call life. Magic. Where does the word originate? We're not going to talk about this whole etymology. Those of you who know me know I love my etymological, I love my word origins. We're going to specifically look at magic is the art of influencing. Is that not what prayer is? The art of influencing to shift consciousness so that we know the truth. Producing marvels using hidden natural forces. Like you don't see law. It's quote-unquote hidden. It is the formless that takes form. It is the art of controlling actions, treating and moving our feet. Action. It is to be able to self-determine. It is to be able to choose higher consciousness. It is to be able to recognize, to affirm, and to awaken. It is to have power, to have stewardship, to have divine right authority, knowing who and what we are. It is the ability to transform consciousness and to produce form, to produce an effect, to change a circumstance or situation. It is the science and art of causing change to occur. Magic. And many folks have talked about it. Wayne Dyer has talked about it. Jim and I interviewed Dr. Dean Radin about his book, Real Magic, on the show Big Universe. If you like, feel free to go to Unity FM Radio, online radio, and look for Big Universe. There's an episode in there, Jim Lefter and I interviewing Dean Radin about this book. Check it out. And then there's a new book, Dr. James Doughty, talking about Into the Magic Shop, where he goes into this place and is awakened to new ideas about what it means to live life. So there is such a thing as real magic, where scientists, not just the woo-woo folks are talking about it, but it is an actual energetic thing. You can call it by a whole bunch of words, but magic. Now, oftentimes you may think of magic, and any of these potentials may come to your mind. The magic, rabbit in a hat, the sleight of hand tricks. Any of these magicians, Houdini, David Copperfield, Chris Angel, like you may think of any of them as magic when you think magic. You may think Glenda or the Wicked Witch of the West. You may think Charmed, either the older Charmed or the new Charmed. The magicians on Sci-Fi. You may think Gandalf or Dumbledore. You may think a great many things when you think magic. You may even think of the magical kingdom of Mickey Mouse and Tinkerbell. You can think of a whole bunch of things when you think magic. You may think abracadabra, because that's one of those magical phrases. You may even think of Florence Scovel-Shinn in her book, Your Word is Your Wand. Why did she say wand? Specifically wand. She used the word wand, as in magic wand. Let's go back to abracadabra for a second. Did you know that abracadabra, many people have researched this and said abracadabra is actually a Hebrew phrase, or in Hebrew or in Aramaic. It translates as, I will create as I speak. Sound familiar? Because in Proverbs 18:21, it says, life and death are in the power of the tongue, and they shall rule, and they that rule it shall eat the fruits thereof. Another translation, Good News Translation. What you say can preserve life or destroy it, so you must accept the consequences of your words. Our words have power. We say this oftentimes, especially in New Thought. We recognize and understand the power of words, but do we really recognize and understand the power of words? If that's the concept and idea, that through my words, I create what I speak. Now, it's more than just the words, and we're going to get to that in a second. But if we recognize that what I speak has creative power, and that is to create either what I do not want to see more of, war, death, fear, or to create more of what I do want to see in a world that works for all, love, community, togetherness, and unity. That my words are shifting the very tapestry of creation. How effective is my stewardship of my words then? Am I stewarding into creation what I desire to create? Gateway to life / body, there is no magic in mere words, and the parroting repetition will avail nothing. It is our attitude of mind that can control our bodies and affairs. This attitude, this atmosphere, this emotion and feeling of all that we are being that changes and brings power to the words. So simply saying, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. The words mean nothing. Avun debashmaya nitkadish shamuch. The words in and of themselves have no power. But when I bring the attitude, the emotion, as a person thinketh in their heart, there it is. As we think in our heart, as we bring that energy of the heart chakra into the words, then the words now light up. There is far more energy in what we say. Now, pause for a second, because the nerd in me is getting ready. I'm sorry. I'm not really sorry, but I'm being.
You're not sorry.
Yeah, because I'm not. I'm being polite. But
no,
the nerd in me, ooh, ha ha. Yes, the nerd in me.
Come on, nerdy.
Needs to go to Dr. Strange for a second. The Gospel of Dr. Stephen Strange, where the Ancient One says to Stephen, you cannot beat a river into submission. You have to surrender to its current and use its power as your own. So pause for a second. What's that got to do with us? You cannot beat spirit into submission. You have to surrender to the current of spirit, to the flow of spirit, and recognize its power as your own. You cannot make the law by willpower do what. You don't put the seed in the soil and say, darn you, rose seed, grow! Because both the soil and the seed will look at you like you're a fool.
To include your neighbors.
And to include your neighbors, as Tracy said. Butch will be like, what's she doing now? Crazy woman. Right? Stephen replies, wait a minute, I control it by surrendering control? That doesn't make any sense. The Ancient One says, not everything does make sense. Not everything has to make sense. Not to the rational mind, the mind that tries to understand the infinite, the mind that is bound in duality, cannot understand unity, the mind that is bound by scarcity, cannot understand plenitude and abundance beyond measure, the mind that can only recognize what it can see, cannot recognize or fathom or surrender to the idea that there are more stars that could ever be counted in the same way that the sands of the Sahara can never be counted. So you do not need to understand it to use it. I don't need to understand. Bob Proctor always says, I don't understand how electricity works, but it ain't got nothing to do with me going to flick the switch on the wall. It ain't got nothing to do with me turning the light bulb. I don't understand how electricity works. You don't have to understand how it works. All you have to do is do it. Your intellect has taken you so far in life. Your ego has taken you only so far in life, but it will take you no further. Surrender. Surrender to that which is God. Surrender to that which is spirit. Surrender to that which is the infinite flow of creation. Surrender and let God be God as you. Surrender to it. When we surrender, we are no longer trying to will something. We are no longer trying to push God into something. We're no longer trying to push our words into creating or manifesting. We are simply allowing that which is the mystical and the magical and the majesticness of creation be in our minds, in our words, in our feelings, and in our bodies. Let it be. Simply breathe and let it be. I always say when I'm doing meditation and stuff, we don't breathe ourselves. We're not like inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Because the moment Tracy says, Rev, did you check the mail? Inhale. No, the moment I stop focusing on breathing is the moment I stop breathing. Like we know we're not doing that. We're not making, Wayne Dyer says, we're not making our body do what it does when we put something in our mouths and the esophagus goes down. We don't say, okay, esophagus, massage it to the stomach. Okay, stomach, receive it. Okay, acid in the stomach, do what you digest. Okay, I don't want that. Go ahead and let that one go. Like, we don't do that. The body is intelligent enough to know, and we simply surrender to the process. But why can't we surrender to spirit in the same way? Why can't we surrender to love in the same way? Why can't we surrender to forgiveness in the same way?
Ouch.
Like, why can't we just surrender and let spirit be what it is as us? The Ancient One also said, at the root of existence, mind and matter meet. Thoughts shape reality. Thoughts shape reality. There is only one mind, and that mind is God. Therefore, the very mind that we are using at any moment is still the mind of God. Thoughts shape reality. If I think that what Tracy meant by good morning is she's being a smart aleck today. If I think that's what she means, then my thoughts shape my reality, and I change how I then respond. And therefore, if I think she's copping an attitude with me, I may cop one back with her, which then her thoughts shape, what's wrong with him? All I said was good morning. He copied an attitude. Oh, it's going to be that kind of morning? And attitude begets attitude begets attitude, and we reap the harvest of the thoughts that we were thinking that shaped our reality.
That happens.
That happens.
Yes.
Day in, day out. Facebook, Instagram. Day in, day out. Neighbors. Day in, day out. Families. Day in, day out. Countries and war. Thoughts shape reality. What kind of reality do we want to shape? Do we want to shape a reality of love and unity, of peace and community? What kind of reality do we want and choose consciously to shape? Because at the root of existence, mind, there is only one mind, and that mind is God. And matter, life, there is only one life, and that life is God. They meet, and our thoughts shape our reality. Breathe. Okay, so a couple of weeks ago, because I'm always doing my metaphysical movie analysis, and Jim is like, look, man, I keep telling you, you need to write a book about this metaphysical movie stuff, because you need to write a book about it. And trust, Jim, I have heard you, and I have started jotting down some notes, so I'm on it. But a couple of weeks ago, I mentioned a television show that Tracy and I started watching because my oldest son and daughter-in-law were like, you need to watch this. And it's called Lovecraft Country. And a couple of weeks ago, I mentioned it because in Lovecraft Country, they say that magic requires the following ingredients. Magic requires intention, which is the desired aim. Magic requires energy, which is the emotional investment that goes into it. Magic requires the incantation, which are the words that speak it. And magic requires a body, which is the actions. Well, is that not very similar to a spiritual mind treatment? Because in a spiritual mind treatment, the treatment in itself is the incantation. It is the words. And while we understand that we don't need the words, there are many times that we will speak a treatment aloud to change the vibration within ourselves, to change the vibration in a client or congregant. So the incantation are the words, the very God is, I am what it is, what is true of it is true of me, I am grateful to know this, I release and let go and let God. I treat and move my feet, I think it, speak it, feel it, and act it. So then what are you treating is the intention or desired aim. Why am I speaking this treatment? What is my intention? I am grateful. I am putting the energy of this gratitude to know if our only prayer was thank you, it would be more than enough. The energy, the emotional investment into the vibration of knowing the truth. And then, of course, the body must therefore be the action of moving your feet. Having treated, you now act accordingly. So the very thing that Lovecraft Country says is the essence of the ingredients of magic are the same ingredients that we use when we're doing a spiritual mind treatment. Who would have thunk? Magic. Wow.
Magic.
Tracy said, magic. I don't know why. So, deep down in my heart, I always keep smiling because life is such a magical, mysterious, and wonderful thing. How many of us do that? How many of us deep down keep smiling no matter what's going on? Smile. Even when things are ever so challenging, smile. Even when there's pain, somewhere within, smile. Somewhere, find reason, find magic, find there's the potential and the possibility of it's dark today, there's a storm today, but Annie says the sun will come out tomorrow. Tomorrow. So can I not smile for the possibility and the potential that tomorrow will be better than today? Can I shift my thoughts to shape my reality so that I know that tomorrow will be in some way, shape, or form better than today? Am I willing to at least engage in that possibility? Am I willing to smile or grin? Am I willing to hope? Am I willing? Then is that not some form of magic? If you haven't seen it, you need to watch Soul. And I know we typically don't say should and need, but I'm telling you, you need to watch it. But there's a moment where a couple of the characters are having a conversation, And basically the idea is, because there's no spoilers on Sunday, the basic idea is I'm walking and I'm eating and I'm doing this and I'm doing that and riding the subway and like, where is my spark? And like, or maybe that is my spark. And someone replies and says, no, that's just living. What if living is the magic? Like, we take classes and we're waiting for that next class to be the thing that changes and shifts us and makes us feel something. We're waiting for that next prayer or that next something that is going to be like, Om Shanti Shanti Om. My life is now different than it ever was before. Yes. No. What if the simple art of making a cup of coffee is magic? When we bring magic to it. What if the simple art of checking your mail from the mailbox, waving at your neighbor, seeing the puppies play, laughing at the cat chasing the little dot? What if all of that is magic and that is the spark? Because, after all, there is only this one life, and that life is God, so therefore, the mailbox and the mail and the neighbor and the puppies and the cat and the laser thing that the cat is chasing and hating you for making it chase it, but chasing it nonetheless. Like, all of this is still God in expression. So why would that be any less magnificent? Why would mowing the grass be any less powerful than going to a mountaintop to meditate? God is in the grass, and in the grass cutter mower thing, it's all God. God is in the leaves that need to be raked and the snow that needs to be shoveled. God is in it all. So why could we not find God? Why do we need to find God at a mountaintop with a guru somewhere trying to make our lives different? We can find God anywhere we go because God is everywhere we are, and God is always right where we are now. So every moment is a God moment, when we are willing to find it as such. Finding the magic in every situation is a technique that can help us accept whatever is happening in each moment. If it is magical, we can use it to increase our expression of soul energy and learn from the experience. Every moment, every opportunity. Viktor Frankl said, man does not simply exist, but always decides what his existence will be. What he will become the next moment. By the same token, every human being has the freedom to change at any instant. Every one of us has the ability to change at any instant. Viktor Frankl tells a story of in the concentration camps where he would notice certain people would give their last crust of bread to another, their blanket to another. They would spend their time and effort comforting others rather than focusing on themselves. They would sacrifice and give, because in the giving, in the serving, they were lifting and pouring into the opportunity to change in the next moment, to be someone else, to be something else, to surround these people in saying, I know things are bad, and I know you are hurting, and I know you are hungry, and I am here to support and to pour into you that you may continue to have hope and believe. Are we willing to do that? We have the opportunity. So pause for a moment. Let's go back to some metaphysical movie musings. The wand or the wizard? Where is the power? Now, we recognize that the wand is a magical thing, right? Like Florence says, your word is your wand. So is it the word or the wizard using the word? Which is it? Because the wand in the hands of Harry Potter is one thing. The wand in the hands of Dumbledore is another. And the wand in the hands of he who shall not be named is a completely another matter. But the word, the law, acts the same way regardless of who is using the law. The law responds with no respecter of persons. It will do what is brought into it. It will call forth what is brought into it. So it's not the wand that needs to be changed. It is the consciousness of the wizard. It is the consciousness of the one who is stewarding the words. It is the consciousness of the one who is speaking into the law. Dumbledore said, words are, in my not so humble opinion, our most inexhaustible source of magic, capable of both inflicting injury and remedying it. How are we using our words? How are we connecting to that which is the infinite law? Are we using it to remedy, to heal, to strengthen, love, and power? Or are we using it to inflict pain and bring war and destruction? Look. Ernest Holmes says, so it is with your spiritual garden. You are always planting something. Desires, longings, and hopes, or fears and worries. There is no special season set aside for this kind of planting. Therefore, the subjective mind, soil, must be in the right condition all the time. Your subjective mind level, the creative medium of law, also is entirely impersonal and will just as readily take your negations and produce crops of illness, poverty, hardship, difficulty, or inharmony. The law will produce. Period. The law will produce. So what are we choosing to plant into the soil of this subjective mind? What words are we choosing to speak? What are we choosing to demonstrate and manifest? Because we get to choose. Our application and practice for this week. Ask yourself, journal for yourself, if my word is my wand, how am I stewarding my magic? What dominates my day? In my thinking, in my speaking, whether it's written, spoken, signed, shared in a post on Facebook, in my emotions, my feelings, and energetically, in my actions and my habits. What am I ready to change as the new year comes into being? If I am transparently honest with myself, where am I being invited to shift, change, evolve, and upgrade? And what practices will I engage in this week that will demonstrate a new resolve to engage and show up in my life, in my community, and in my world? And we breathe because our declaration, our affirmation this week is, I will read it first and then together. I am magic, and I use what I am every time I align with the power, presence, and authority of divine truth that I am. Together. I am magic, and I use what I am every time I align with the power, presence, and authority of divine truth that I am. Whew. And so we breathe and we take that in because what we are getting ready to do is put ourselves in a state of receptivity for the magical musical offerings, the energetic gift that Alma is about to bless us with and grace us with and gift us with. So we simply avail ourselves to receive the vibration as she pours into us. Blessings.
cloudless only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no country. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. And no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us, and the world will live as one. Imagine no possession. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A family of humans. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us, and the world will live as one. The world will live as one. The world will live as one.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. The world will live as one. We recognize and we understand and we know. Yeah, you may call me a dreamer. And you know, I am unapologetic in being a dreamer. I am unapologetic in my audacity to dream a world that works for all, where all humans can share and know and recognize. And you may call me simply a dreamer, but I know that I'm not the only one. Because I know there is a beloved community of like-minded individuals who recognize and know that a world that works for all is not simply a dream, but it is a reality in the mind of God, and what exists in the mind of God is already fully formed and fully functioning. That means it is my job as the dreamer to bring that which is in the consciousness of heaven, that it be recognized as an experience here on the earth plane. So you can call me a dreamer, you can call me whatever you want, but I'm not the only one. We are on the ground team of consciousness, bringing love and joy and light into the world. And I am unapologetic in my ability to dream that reality into being. And clearly, I was not the only one either. Come on, sister. Yes! Ha! That's a whole sermon in and of itself. Okay, whoo. Whoo, I got into the zone.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah.
I was the same place that Joe was yesterday, Tracy. Woo! Okay, so at this point of service, we recognize tithes and offerings. We recognize that we show up as a beloved community that knows and understands what it means to bring and to be in our time, our talent, our treasure, and our tithe in this community. Because the community is not, like Amma just said, you may call me a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. We know that there is no one person that makes up CSL Greater Baltimore. There is no one person that makes up this beloved community. It's all hands on deck, all hearts on deck, all minds and consciousness engaged in what it means to make this community what it is. So we know that whatever our time, our talent, our treasure, and our tithe that we are offering and bringing, that we know that it is creating more and more. It is demonstrating more and more. It is bringing the bricks and the planks and the nails and the hammers and the saws to demonstrate what it means to make this community, what it means to build this community, what it means to build a world that works for all. And so we recognize that we are here to share, to participate, to give, to love, to engage, to recognize. And part of that recognition comes when we understand that the practitioner core of CSL Greater Baltimore, they give up their regular tithes and offerings, but for those of you who may not know, they also this year have chosen to, by the end of the year, and there's still a couple more days left, to continue to tithe into the pledge of reaching $5,000 by the end of the year. Now, clearly, that's already been met. But we recognize that this is an abundant universe. So there is no reason that that 5,000 in the next couple of days could not become 6 or 7 or 12. Like, there's no reason that it couldn't. So we recognize this giving that the practitioners are engaging in the same way that we recognize that the community has also pledged to do their best to match to whatever, like the community didn't specify and say, we're going to match exactly. The community is simply stepping forward to say, by the end of the year, this is what we are pledging. We are pledging to match as much as possible towards what the practitioners gave. We are pledging of our additional time, talent, treasure, and tithes to support this community. Because we recognize that the community is not just where we are spiritually fed, but it is also keeping the lights on and the paying of rent and the purchasing of a new facility that will be our new spiritual home post-COVID, where we have rooms and offices and classrooms and all of the bells and whistles, the labyrinth and windows and all of the stuff we said we desired envisioning. And we recognize in gratitude that there is an anonymous donor, giver, contributor, supporter who has said whatever the community has matched by the end of the year, they will match that up to $5,000. So we recognize that this clearly is an abundant and prosperous and powerful community. And so we breathe in gratitude, recognizing that at this time our tithes can be given in any of these methods, via PayPal, text messaging, or through the postal service. And if we want any more information, we can always go to the website, cslgreaterbaltimore.org/giving. You can email any of the board of trustee members and ask questions. Like there is an open and honest and giving way that you can engage in, so that you may join in, be a part of, recognizing what it means to be CSL Greater Baltimore, CSL, New Thought, and a world that works for all. So our prosperity declaration. We breathe, and together. I joyfully, consciously, and gratefully participate in the law of circulation. I trust in the spiritual principle that says, as I sow into my beloved community, I demonstrate my awareness of standing not only in the flow, but as the flow itself. As I sow of myself, my time, my treasure, my talent, I demonstrate my support and engagement in my community's vision, mission, and purpose. I actively give as a demonstration of manifesting, of reaping the harvest of a world that works for all. And we breathe this gratitude, we breathe recognizing this infinite prosperity that is source showing up in, through, and as every cell of our body, every fiber, every part of us, every organ, every bone, every muscle, every thought, every emotion, that it's all God and it's all good. And at this time of service, Tracy always reminds us, make today awesome.
Make today awesome.
But don't just make today awesome for the sake of today. Make today awesome because what you're doing is making today awesome as the new pattern of what 2021 will be as an awesome year. Welcome it, greet it, celebrate it, and honor it, because that which it is based upon the thoughts we think into it. So celebrate it. It's a new year, new opportunities, new talks, new thoughts. It's a new potentiality for 2021 to be the year where we see a world that works for all. And it starts right here, today, this thought, this breath, this awesome moment. And we breathe. And so recognizing that in a moment, Jim and Tracy will open the lines of communication that you can greet and say hello and say your I love yous and happy Kwanzas and everything that you want to share with everybody. But it is also an opportunity for you to type into the chat box if you want prayer with today's practitioner. Now, quick note. Eugene had to leave, so he enlisted another practitioner extraordinaire. For those of you who may not know, Sue Monahan will be available to pray with you in a moment. So if you want prayer with Sue, type in the chat box prayer, and Tracy will create a breakout room for you to pray with Sue. Other than that, we recognize that God is all there is. We close out service. We close out this year releasing what did not serve us, releasing any baggage, releasing anything and everything to know that we are choosing actively and consciously to move forward into greater levels of loving, greater levels of being, greater levels of shining our light. Because this little light of mine, it ain't so little anymore. This great light of mine is shining more and more. This God light of mine, it shines here every day. I let it shine, I let it love, I let it be. Amen. And so it is.
Amen. Ashe. Make it an awesome